my heart especially goes out today to the families of two soldiers who were killed on the 8th, who were mutilated, their bodies were mutilated after that operation on the 8th by the Pakistani regulars. It was a gruesome act, most unpardonable act. We have lodged a very strong protest in this regard to the government, to the DGMO, and this is being taken up today. Alongside this act, it defies all logic. It's against the very principles and rules of engagement. It is against the very ethics of soldiering and professionalism. And therefore, in very strong terms, we have taken up this case with the government of Pakistan, to our government. You would have heard the statements of the Raksha Mantri, you would have heard the statement of the Minister of External Affairs. The DGMOs have conveyed this during the DGMO talk, and this afternoon, in fact, at 1 o'clock, when we have this flag meeting today at the brigade commander's level, this again is being put across, being lodged, this protest being lodged in a very strong manner today. I wish to clarify a few aspects, ladies and gentlemen, with regard to the incident, because we've had varying descriptions coming about on this incident. The first thing I wish to highlight is that there was no operation undertaken by the Indian Army on the 6th, as alleged by the Pakistan Army. And this has been covered widely, they've been talking about it, but having ascertained from ground, it's with conviction that I'm telling you that no operation was carried out by the Indian Army on the 6th. The other thing about blaming one of the commanders, that there was a commander who was very aggressive, and as a result of this, this has started. Well, I expect all my commanders on the line of control to be aggressive and offensive in the face of provocation and firing. I don't expect my commanders to be timid. And from that point of view, I think the commanders on the LC are doing a great job, and their morale has to be kept high. They're doing a wonderful job. They are operating, they are conducting themselves in a professional manner. Their response is always in retaliation to being provoked. The other thing I wish to highlight is that this response, which is so-called alleged response, or as being portrayed by Pakistan, that it was a response to our operations on the 6th, was premeditated and pre-planned. If you see the sequence of events, it very clearly emerges that it was a pre-planned activity. They blame us for this operation on the 6th night. On the 7th morning, their DGMO calls up our DGMO, and he calls for a DGMO talk, which of course manifested on the 7th. They pass on a démarche to our diplomat, to our High Commissioner in Islamabad on the 7th. They launch a media campaign, trying to portray us in poor light and saying that we have launched the operation on 6th. And within about 50 hours, they launched this operation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, such operations require time for planning and execution. The execution, very fact, is taken place, but this kind of operation requires detailed reconnaissance. And where they are blaming us for this in Uri area, the operation has been launched south of Pir Panjal in Medar area. In other words, their troops were poised for this operation. Pakistan was only looking at, the Pakistani army was essentially looking at justifying, legitimizing this action. So therefore, this entire information campaign which was launched by them, which is based on lies, has got to be understood in the correct perspective. As far as our stance is concerned with regard to this, I must tell you this, that it's an operation at the tactical level. And as you know that in the war fighting arena, there are various levels at which these kind of operations are undertaken. These are tactical, operational and strategic arenas. While yes, this incident has strategic implications in terms of the beheading of our soldier. That is unacceptable. Militarily, the operation is at the tactical level, but it has got strategic nuances. And therefore, those strategic nuances, our concerns have been conveyed to the government of Pakistan by our government, based on our very strong protest that we launched to the government. At the military level, it's a tactical operation being dealt with by the local commanders. And I wish to assure you that I have given very clear directions in this regard to the Northern Army Commander that we need to maintain and retain moral ascendancy at all costs. We've got to retaliate to provocation, to firing in a measured manner and for effect. We will uphold the ceasefire as long as the adversary upholds it. But we shall not be passive to being fired at. And therefore, when we are fired at, when we are provoked, we shall respond immediately, and also to acts of this kind, the heinous act which was committed on the 8th in Mendes sector. We reserve the right to retaliate at the time and place of choosing. Right, with regard to getting the head back, it has been taken up at the government level, and we'll appreciate that this has to be done through the diplomatic channels, message being conveyed. It's also been conveyed to the DGM. It's also been conveyed today, Disregard in no uncertain terms, and let's see if the Pakistan Army heeds to this protest and they comply with it. That is one. The other aspect, you're right, this is the incident that has happened. Measures that have been instituted are more in terms of ensuring that wherever activities are carried out, these are by balanced troops, balanced team, balanced in terms of composition, a team that will be able to withstand such operations at the tactical level by the adversary, also enhancing our surveillance capability along the line of control, both technical and also the human intelligence to ensure that we are forewarned with these kind of activities.